we will rock, we will never stop. Standing on the top of the hilltop, and we will mock. Viciously, capriciously, we're tired of assault and the bigotry. You seem so full of wit and chivalry, but when we knock at your door, you'll break. We're done. We have fire in our veins, and we will break these chains. We're done. We won't be ripped apart. You will be burned and battle scarred. We're tired of assault and bigotry. We'll stand and mock you viciously. Through music we captivate. Through songs and words we propagate. We'll mock and smear and slander. Infiltration, propaganda. After years is finally resolution. It's time to start the revolution. We're done. The time has come, we will stand together stronger than we've ever done. And like the sun, we will rise at dawn and never stop until we've won. The time has come, we will rise like the sun and we'll never run. And we will fight, fight till we won. We will bite, we will smite all through the night. We'll never sleep, never rest. Put the faith to the test, the self-obsessed, self-confessed, self-professed, divinity, nobility. Your God is a fraud, so stop. We're done with the violence and the fury and the cruelty. I said we're done. We will win the war, we'll win the fight.
Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome to Fumble, folks, where we are playing a long-form campaign on episode 44 of the Rapid Riders. I am your Dungeon Master, as always, Sam, and with me on my Rapid Riders, we have Bree.
Hi, yes, I'm Bree, and I'm playing Diana. Just realised I haven't changed anybody's hair for this. No. Soon though. But yeah, she is a sun elf, bard of eloquence / divination wizard. Whoop 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 whoop. Mama's proud. Yay.
Cool.
I am proud.
We have Ben.
Hi, I'm a Ben. I play Zeke Boondiggles, the half gnome, half dwarf, half monk, half warlock. Currently very depressed because he got brought back to life.
Just wanted to die, goddammit.
Yep. Why won't you just let him sleep?
Aww.
For some reason, I'm picturing the Asduff movie Muffin, where he's like, "No, somebody kill me!"
Less cute, more sad.
Well, Doran.
Hi, I'm Doran. I play Hallie, everyone's favourite 8-foot-tall half-giant. He is a rogue. He is a fighter. He is a barbarian. He's Diana's ex. And he's very excited for my cat falling off the stairs. Why?
Oh, Whisper!
Whisper! He's very excited for rock and roll! It's rock and roll
Yeah.
campaign! That's it. I'm very excited. Very excited.
We have Seb.
Hi, I'm Seb. I play Taxis, the human of the group. Was once the only rogue of the group, but now is the rogue / Raya Scribes monk of the group. She's gonna be a proper stage manager and be a stage manager.
And last but not least, we have a Phil.
Hi, I'm a Phil. I played Dunstan Dewey Fairfoot. He's a little part elf, part halfling, little range boy. A wholesome nugget of idiocy. He is a swarm keeper as well. He usually has a flock of birds with him, but now deep beneath the mines, there ain't no birds around here. But he's been able to get some bat friends to help him out, like an even more goth Snow White.
Your Marilyn Manson phrase.
Oh no! No one wants
Last
that.
session, one of them turned back to bird to back again, and all kinds of weirdness going on there. So, last we left off, the party had successfully kept the beast underground, foiled Siege's plan, and prevented the Redbeard cult from unleashing a new threat onto Osasris. But they still have the cult between them and the rest of their dwarven allies beneath this mine. They have the options of sneaking past, but there are a lot of able-bodied individuals here, and there is a fight on the horizon. So the party, in the corridor where they previously had a fight with them, rested and well, having travelled back just in front of this cavern where, the Redbeards live, fight, prove themselves. The party are hatching a plan, and that is where we rejoin them.
I love this plan.
It's a great plan.
It's a great plan.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, no, you.
I mean,
Go. I just...
we had plenty of gigs where we thought the audience were angry enough to eat us alive, but we never had it literally. So
It's true.
Yeah.
okay.
So, what we need is an escape plan if it all goes to shit.
Okay.
Okay. But that's not for me to decide. Hey. So,
True.
I have a plan. So what we could do, once we know what the stage is gonna be, I can make everybody invisible, and then we could get ready, and I'll drop the invisibility, and then hello, surprise, and obviously my full voguing Diana's is gonna come out.
Right.
Because I can't do it without my girls, Cool. Okay. And taxes, you gotta do what you usually do?
Make money.
No. Count the taxes. No. Make a list.
Make a list.
Yeah.
No.
Back it twice.
Check it twice. Keep an eye on the clouds.
Yeah.
See if they're being naughty or nice.
Is there a Santa Claus in this universe?
It's taxes. No,
Or the great gift
Terrifying.
giver.
The great gift giver.
Great gift
There
giver.
is someone called the Great Gift Giver.
There he is. You should.
Where can... Oh, sorry, it's not the end of the stream yet. I can't say that.
Wait, no, we can't.
Very
Can we
quickly
promote
find
right
out.
now? Can we promote right now? Oh, okay.
Taxes is the great gift giver.
Yeah, make a history check to see if you guys know about it.
No.
What is he exact way to make?
Oh, please no.
No, let's
Anyway.
not. Let's not.
Sorry.
Next topic. And yeah, this is something that I was going to check mechanically. Am I able to drop the invisibility on just a couple of people? Keep it up on a couple.
Don't.
Yeah,
believe
what a
you-
great question.
If I remember correctly, the person who is invisible can decide when they become visible.
So if you drop
And-
it, it drops everything at the same time. But if
Right.
somebody decides to take an action, it just drops for them. It doesn't drop everybody else's, if that makes sense. So somebody can choose to come out of it, but if you say the spell ends, that ends for everyone.
Okay.
Even if you could maintain the concentration on invisibility, you come out of it because you cast a spell or do an action, but everybody else, as long as you're concentrating on it, is still invisible.
Attacks or casts a spell.
Yeah, so you could... Yeah, basically, I would say... Yeah, you wouldn't have to come out of it to start speaking or do a performance, but you could choose to by just... Mechanically, if you just wanted to kick a rock, that would work.
Just throw something.
Choosing to
at
come out of
Zeke.
it is easy. Or casting your mirror image, for example, would be...
Yeah, so that would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Okay. Cool. Fine. Good. Then yeah, I could do that. So yeah, if you guys like, are you gonna hide? So when I drop the invisibility, or that's gonna happen, or do you want to stay invisible and like, we'll just throw a rock at Zeke?
Phil, you're muted.
Ah,
He's working on his
you're
stealth.
muted.
It's like I wasn't even here.
No.
Yeah, I could do with staying. If I stay invisible, then I could probably be able to get around easier to try and find some exits. That might help.
All right, cool.
Garrick will say, I can play a tune on a lute. I've not played it on, what do you call it, a fermatostone lute
It's
before?
a guitar.
Guitar. I've not played
Which
it
is
on
kind
one
of
them.
like a lute, but powered by a fermatostone.
Right.
But better.
Splitek was telling me...
But better,
about it.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. I can try and support you, or I can try and be looking for an exit, or just crowd control. You tell me where I'm best placed.
Sorry. Ooh. I don't know. Maybe on stage. I don't know. What does everyone else think?
If you can perform, then that's probably gonna help. It's also extra bodies on stage if they try to take the stage.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is fine.
Dog meme on fire. This is fine.
This...
Except parts of the cave are actually on fire.
So, as we've discussed a little bit, we are going to use an old system Ben found, which quite works well. We, for the performance, are going to have checks. It's going to be 5 performances, essentially. If you guys want to push for more, then that is a possibility that you have, but we'll try and have like 5 performances where you sort of wrap up. Each time you can choose to do something classic. Either that is an old Dwarven Rebellion song, something you would know as a traveling bard, or at least a bard of Ben Lycia. Something new, which would be more of a punk rock style, or indeed We're Done, which is all that sort of mix of country punk kind of thing. Or something truly experimental, which you're making up 100% on the spot as you go. Maybe something just making accusations against Veloxa, since it's topical from here, something about Keela, just something completely off of the head and everybody else has to go with it kind of thing. Any like things like speeches to their better nature, speeches about the nature of rebellion. We would have to make the speech and decide whether that is something like it's more classical or this is like new part of rebellion, or if you're going mad with the speech, it's completely experimental, it would fall into one of those categories. Again, would have a performance because it is an oratory thing. But I would argue persuasion as well is perfectly viable in there as well. You're essentially starting at a reputation with the crowd in front of you. A classic performance will, on a success, get you a +1 to that reputation tracker. Something new gets you +2, but it is a higher DC to perform well. And experimental gets you +3 if you do it right, but it is harder to get right. After 5 performances, you'll have your reputation tracker, and we'll take that total, add it to one final persuasion or performance check to convince them to join your side as an entire group, to abandon their god and join the punk rock rebellion, and form a new crowd, basically, here under the mountain, and take it from there. Anybody helping with the performance on the stage rolls the same DC for their performance check. If they succeed, they get to add a D6 to the lead performer. If they fail, we're going to subtract some, because obviously they are distracting from the lead by how badly they are doing. And at the same time, there are going to be things happening. Not everybody is going to be happy to just sit there and listen to a bunch of strangers performing music, casting down their god, and inviting them to join a real rebellion. Some people are not going to be happy about that.
What do you mean?
Ah.
So, that as a clarification for there are no rules for D&D in performing a punk rock concert underneath a mountain. And you know what? There really should be. It's a flawed system.
So, performing one of these actions would be like an action then.
Yes, yeah. It's rather than having rounds, it's going to be what you do for that performance, which, you know, a standard song could last like 3 minutes, 2-3 minutes kind of thing. A good long speech might last half that or much longer than that, but 5 performances are happening. If you want to take multiple things that would take actions, then obviously describe it to me. We'll see how that works. And we'll take it from there. If that's cool. Cool. Yeah, I think it's cool.
Good, yeah. Can I do a thing before we start singing and then before I drop the invisibility?
Yeah, absolutely.
To make people I just want to confuse people a little.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, it'll make sense when we do it.
Cool.
Oh man.
Okay. It'll be fine.
That'll be fine. Everything's fine.
Fireballs.
Yeah, I got that now. I don't.
They're confused.
Some of them are.
scared.
Some of them are not.
Yeah, a lot of them are not, unfortunately. Remember, these aren't all just pure Redbeard cultists. Some of these are people who are either aspiring to be that, or people who got pushed this way and they're like, I don't know what's going on, I can't really leave, that kind of situation. It's not just all the crazed lunatics in this crowd. Some of them are just aspired to be crazy lunatics.
Yeah.
Or forced into it. Diana, you know when you made that really tasty monster when we were fighting the mushroom people?
Yeah.
Why don't you do something like that, but with not a monster?
Yes. That's a
Yeah.
great idea. I will finish reading the spell, see what I can do. No, genuine. Yeah, no, that's a great idea. Yeah, so I can do that in a 20-foot cube. So what do we want? It can also be in the air, so it can be like
Kind of like a Rapid Riders banner.
thing.
Of lights.
Yeah, let's do that. Up behind us, the Rapid Riders banner, 20 foot wide. And sparkles.
It could also make like a cool stage that we can't actually stand on, but it can look like we're standing on it.
Yeah, can do that too. One or the other, probably.
I mean, you could probably fit a whole bunch of things in there.
20.
20-foot
but-
cube.
Yeah? Yeah. It's almost the size of a house. Pretty sure it can.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I do
Oh.
that. I do that. Just lights and sparkles and the Rapid Riders banner and might look like a stage.
Yeah.
I do that. Cool.
Maybe that will help with our convincing song.
Yes. I can do that. I will cast that at the same time. No, because I can't do that if I got invisibility up for those two still.
Right.
Well, I mean,
You're muted, Sam.
Do realize you would have to have mirror image on yourself because that's not concentration. Go invisible, and then you would cast this, dropping concentration on invisibility and starting concentration on that. But I'm not sure how long mirror image lasts, so check that rather than you just show
Mirror
up and you're
Image, and
dying
it's
as
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Wow.
So that should last like pretty much all the way through the performances, as long as you're doing them
Yeah.
back to back kind of thing.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. But would you guys prefer to be invisible?
Um,
I mean,
should be alright.
how soon would it? I mean, we could try stealthing. We're pretty good.
Blend into the crowd? Well, as best we can.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do whatever you all tell me to.
Bum.
Don't you have a bagpipes?
Not with me.
You used to.
Yeah, you should do.
That would make every single song we did qualify as the experimental, I think.
But the dwarves
No.
might like that.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing, I'm sure there's a bagpipe rock band, no, punk rock band out there. I'm
There is.
sure
Totally
it
is.
exists.
It's called the Red Hot Chili Pipers.
I'm going to still probably say that they are probably classified as experimental still.
New age.
Cool.
New age.
Okay. That's fine. Okay. Let's do this.
Yeah. Hard tunes his guitar.
Yeah, that has not been played for a while. Tune that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I played it kind of a couple times when I've been practicing with Dewey, but not really.
Yeah.
It kind of gets untuned every time I hit somewhere with it.
Yeah, that would
It's really
do that.
annoying.
Surprised it's not broken.
It's well built.
Okay. You guys ready?
Nope. Let's do this.
Cool. Same. No, I'm ready. I'm always ready. Let's go. Ugh. I'm always ready.
I don't think that's true.
I'm always ready. Except for when I'm not. Yeah. Alright.
70% of the time, it works every time.
Exactly.
There is a genuine feeling between you. The first time you performed as a band, those same chills, it's a very different venue. The stakes are very, very different. But backstage jitters, it's very, very similar to the first time you felt it all those many months ago. Diana casts her spells. You make your way out there. You're able to coordinate a spot through just pointing like that's where we have to go. Can't see each other. You're able to coordinate a spot of where you go, where there are a couple fires that are either side of you, so you are in bright light, so everybody can see you center stage. It's a bit clear, but there are still people either side at these fires. You see there's no fights erupting yet, but they look like they're about to break out to create some new Redbeards. People are looking for the Scaleborn. They don't seem to be around. Something must have happened
Where are
there.
What could have happened?
But you arrive into position.
Yeah, I want to know where Taxes and Dewey are going to be as well. Roughly.
I mean, I'm probably going to be skirting the walls, looking for the best exits, trying to avoid them. At first, once I know our exit path, I'll start trying to work my way closer towards you guys. Hopefully they will then have all the attention, and just think I'm fresh meat.
Cool. We'll have you doing that during the first performance, then looking for an exit.
That would probably be mixed. Trying to stay towards the group, but not like off to the side. So when she's no longer visible, she's not clearly noticeable with them, but just enough away that she can keep an eye on the crowds.
Cool.
Okay. Garrick is ready to drop invisibility with Missy Diana. I believe Zeke and Halite are on stage as well. Diana, people are waiting
Yeah.
on your cue.
Just wondering how. So does Garrick have invisibility as well?
They do. They do have that ability still. They are, for people watching, they are now a sidekick, but I am keeping some of their old Arcane Trickster abilities because that is who Garrick is. But in general, they are going to be acting as a sidekick in general.
Just seeing what level I have to cast the invisibility at.
I believe they can cast it on 2 people.
2 people?
No. We'll say 2 people. Yeah.
Well, why don't what does Garrick do? Like Dewey and Taxes.
Dewey and Taxes.
So then when I drop it, it will, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Smart.
Yes.
So that's me. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 then. Okay. Cool. So that's 1, 2, 3. Is that 5th level?
Second level spell with +1 for each person to 2, 3, 4, 5. Second level spell gets 1 person, I believe.
Yeah.
So second level for 1 person, then third for 3. No. Yeah. Third level for 3 people. For 2 people, yeah. Third level for 2 people. 4th level for 3 people. 5th level, 4 people.
Okay. Done. 5th level spell.
Okay. Magic has enshrouded you. Garrick is concentrating on... Garrick does best first. Then you cast invisibility on them. So that we don't immediately break it. And yeah, you all move. Somebody says that spot there loud enough that you guys can hear and coordinate whilst invisible. As
holding hands.
Taxes surveys the crowd and Dewey looks for an exit.
Alright, cool. Okay. So when we're stood there and so my voice is gonna echo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I wanna say out. All you see in us is barbarian, but all we want is to be equalitarian. We will rock and we will not stop, standing on the top of the hilltop, and we will mock. Viciously, capriciously, we're tired of assault and the bigotry. They're so full of wit and chivalry, but when we knock at their door, they'll break. Drop the invisibility and then
It echoes and reverberates. The acoustics in this place are fucking amazing. You have chosen the perfect spot.
We're coming back.
And as you appear with the big Rapid Riders logo behind you, punk rock illuminating the place after a killer rap, we will start this first performance as you go into We're Done. So you are taking the lead. Everybody in the supportive roles, including Garrick, please make your performance checks. This is a new thing. This is not something we've heard before. So this is a DC 15 on this performance check.
Do we get any sort of advantage because the cool...
I'm going to say advantage on this first round with all the cool lights, that amazing rap speech just reverberating around as people are taken by surprise. Yeah, everybody have advantage on this first performance check.
18.
18 is a pass. You're going to add a d6 once Bree has rolled their performance check as the lead.
24.
24. Garrick passes as well. I'm going to roll to see if anybody tries to intervene. You see some taxes, especially in the crowd. You see some smokestacks. These fires, like some people like throw some smoke into the fire to try and dissipate this thing. You can make a nature check to try and get in there, knowing what kind of thing has been thrown into the fire. A con save to just bum rush through the smoke and stop this from happening, or an acrobatics check to dive in and out of the smoke clouds and sort this thing out. But something has to be done.
18 for nature.
18 for nature. You know exactly what they've thrown in there. There's some cave mushrooms that are meant to disorient people. They're trying to stop people paying attention to this. You get in there, you know exactly what to do. You pick up some other herbs, you throw it directly on top, and you nullify the effect of this smoke. Dewey, you are looking for an escape route. Please make me a perception check to do that.
19?
19. You can see the ways out of here. You can see the way that you came. You can see another way, which, based on the map that I think you've seen, you would know is the way to the sort of northwestern exit, as opposed to the southwestern exit. You can see how you will get out of here if you need to. But currently, there is a crowd of people maneuvered in a way that it's not like you have to go through the whole crowd. You could like dart off to the left and get back from where you came. It's doable, and you can relay that to a party. But most important, Diana, can you make your performance check? You do have advantage. The DC is only 15. You also have a D6 from everybody else, but obviously there are chances to just blow this out of the water. And
So do I roll the 3d6 as well?
Everybody can roll their own D6 to add to your.
Oh, got it. Cool. I'm rolling my sparkly new dice. And he's gone.
And Sam does not approve of this new
not
sparkly
approve.
dice.
These are my
Gone out
latest
and
dice from Geeky Clean. They came in the November bath bomb, and they still smell amazing.
They still smell nice.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Hi,
Very
Sam.
nice.
I plugged my dice. So they're both spoopy. As well.
Nice.
They're sparkly.
Cool. I like them.
Geeky Clean dice. Definitely, Phil should put the link in the thing.
Yeah, hang on. I'll put the thing back up.
Is it the link tree? Okay, cool. I gotta roll.
Go for it. Advantage, performance.
Okay, wicked. This is a great start, Diana. Oh,
Nice.
she's out of practice, clearly.
Oh no, I didn't know the sarcasm. Oh god, I thought it was actually good.
What was the DC again?
So we still have all the D6s to add. but
Okay,
what have you
good.
got?
I got 15.
15, you already hit the DC.
Okay, good. I rolled an 8 and a 4.
Exactly. 8 and a 4.
Yeah.
But Garrick,
Plus 6 from me.
plus 6 from you gets us to 21.
Dog, plus 6 for me as well.
Gets us to 27. 29. There is an eruption, and by the end, everybody in the crowd is mirroring, "We're done!" on the chorus. And it ends with just a heavy chord, and everyone's like, "Yeah!" People don't quite understand what's happening yet, but fighting the Empire, they're all about that. The sound begins to settle down. You know you've got to make a decision about the next performance. Otherwise, people are going to start asking who the fuck you are, what you're doing here. Is it going to be a speech? Is it going to be something new? Who's taking the lead? As you are mulling that over, you, Dewey and Taxis scan the crowd. Nobody is making any complication to this performance, it seems. Everybody's too enraptured about what the hell is going on. For this round, there is no complication to the performance.
Oh, good.
If
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if that's the case, can I do a quick insight to see people's likability towards them? Like whether
Yeah,
it's
make an insight check to get the vibe of the
Vibe
crowd.
check.
Vibe check.
27.
People seem to be initially in shock, but everybody's singing along in that moment. People are into whatever this is. It's easily catching on. They're not. They are very against the Empire, and they are cottoning onto that idea quickly. But what that means for moving away from Keelar, currently there's not like people going, yeah, fuck Keelar or anything like that. It's more just, yeah, these guys rule, rather than, yeah, yes to you, but not no to Keelar yet, if that makes sense.
You unmuted.
Yeah. I would say on my
Keelar
roll,
here, Rapid Rider's here.
mechanically, your reputation score is at a 5 currently. So at the end of this, with the persuasion check, you'll get a +5 to the roll to convert them. Mechanically is what you get from that.
Is this the part where I should speak? Probably not. We should probably sing some more. Yes, we'll sing.
Old Dwarven Rebellion song?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
look
that
to
was
Zeke.
my
And
suggestion as well.
yeah.
Then I will just start a dwarven war drum beat going, something that both Halite and Diana would know. Something not quite cadence, but not far from it. That kind of thing that you sing on the march.
Cadence and anthem almost kind
Yeah.
of thing. In my head, it's some very similar thing to Imar Heat, where it's just like this real anthem, but everybody knows the song, or at least they all know the chorus. Who's taking the lead for this? I don't think it would be wrong to say Diana or Zeke could be taking the lead for this. It's up to you guys. But Garrick is not, so Garrick is going to roll a backing performance check, trying to match the sort of chord pattern and just getting the strums heavy when people are all singing along to it. The dwarves are fucking loving it at the moment, but there's a performance to go. They are happy with the song choice, definitely. It's a classic.
Go on, Anne. I think it should be Zeke.
Then I will sing it in Dwarvish.
Nice. You erupt into Dwarvish. It's difficult doing the drums and singing at the same time. I don't know if anybody's ever tried. It's really difficult, but you will have a go at that. Everybody roll your performance checks to support Zeke. Garrick has. He's never heard this song before. He's trying his best, but occasionally misses a beat and catches back up quickly, but it is detracting, unfortunately.
Would Halite be able to add the aggression of the crowd we have currently and the crowd we have originally, to his music by raging and getting advantage on his performance check?
I'm going to, instead of giving you advantage, because I like the creativity and I want to encourage it, I'm going to say rather than getting advantage, you're going to add your rage bonus to your performance check here, because it's when you hit those heavy strums that are just meant to bring people into that joint chorus, that is when you're going for it. You don't know the language they're speaking, but you know when the chorus is meant to hit, and that's how you're contributing.
That's a 26.
26, you definitely pass. Diana, yes.
Yeah, you know how people sing in all different languages, but they don't speak the language?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just
Mimic along?
Yeah, like harmonize or back in.
Absolutely.
For
Yeah,
that.
first time you hear it, it's like, okay, and the second time you are very easily able to do that.
It's like the one English word in a Korean pop song.
Like, I know...
Because you can speak Common, you will know some Dwarvish words, because Common specifically states that it has Dwarvish, Elvish, and Gnomish words within it. So you would be able to pick up... It'd be like you mimicking German. Like...
Yeah.
Easy enough for you to do.
People singing.
Yeah.
Italian all the time. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got a 25.
Nice. So you're both going to add to your... add a d6 to Zeke's roll. Dewey, anything you want to do before Zeke makes a roll?
I think what I would do is still invisible, I think. So I would probably get somewhat closer, and see if I can. Can I spot any like people that are like leading the bouts of fighting and things like that? Any of the, because they were priests before, but I don't know if they've all gone. But if any with any sign of leadership are still around.
Make to determine rank. I would say this is a medium insight check versus a very difficult perception check to just spot where people are standing versus insight of like, yeah, that guy's commanding respect kind of thing.
So one of each after that.
No. You choose. If it's perception, it's harder to do. But if you're choosing to focus on insight, it's a bit easier to do.
I'm gonna try and be eagle-eyed.
Okay. We're literally just trying to spot who's looking at who's where standing what.
Good. That is 27.
Yeah, that'll do it. There you see each fire there is one individual or so that is trying to get people not to pay attention and just like, oh, listen up kind of thing. These are the people who seem to be like throwing things into the fires to get people's attention. You see some of them look to be ready to bum rush the stage. I'm going to say you have a bonus from this point on in trying to stop disruptions to the performance. None's happening yet, but you can see people are getting ready, but you know where to look now.
Yeah, I already have some ideas.
Cool. Awesome. Right, Zeke, performance check, please.
A flat 15 for me.
So you
+5.
already pass. Yeah, that's +8 makes 23. Even with Garrick not quite getting chord strings right, there's a whole like eruption of like people like throwing arms over, remembering the war that they've just fought in, remembering who they were before they became Redbeards, remembering themselves, and it continues to go on as it like peters out. Like, yeah. People love a classic. What can I tell you? People seem to be amped by that. And the sound is going quiet again. The formatter stone's beginning to din from the last chords as it's going quiet again. You start thinking about what kind of performance you want to make. As you are doing that, as the formatter stones are getting quieter, Dewey, you spot them first. You see a couple going, boo! Boo! Heathens! Boo! It's easier for you to spot them, so this is going to be a perception or an insight check to pick out who's the ringleader and get him to get in there and get him to shut the fuck up, or an insight check to determine pretty much the same thing. So it's perception or insight, which both Taxes and Dewey can help on here to try and shut down people who are dissenting and just trying to get this thing shut down.
Dewey perception, me insight.
Go for it.
It makes sense.
29.
Yeah, I'll do it.
That's a bad roll for
Just
me.
missed
That's
out.
still at 17.
But you have the bonus from the fact that you already had them pre-checked.
Cool.
You are still both invisible. But Dewey, you go up to one of the ringleaders who's like, yeah. You're not as high a roll, so you basically just shove them from behind. Actually, no, to keep up with invisibility, you just have to waft some smoke into their face, and they're not able to keep going. Taxes, you come up behind one of them, one that you see is clearly in charge. And you tell me how you completely disrupt their authority in this moment. Either you whisper something in their ear, you just pants them. You tell me exactly what happens. You're invisible. You can do anything to this person, and you just need to make them
shit himself.
You just need to remove any authority from this person.
Fart next to him.
Is he a dwarf?
Says
He
beard on
is.
fire.
Cut his beard off.
Oh,
Fart
wow.
next. You what? No. You do you.
Shank him in the kidney.
All of the above is also a choice you can make.
Or do whatever you want. You know,
There's
that's
a,
also an
there's, a,
option.
there's a lot of choices, and as a person who does not like a lot of choices, that was a lot of choices. Taxes probably would whisper something this year, to be honest.
That would also be pretty much the only thing you could do to keep your invisibility.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Pouncing someone isn't an attack.
And fart as well. You can fart.
I mean, it depends
It's a
on how
real
you
bad.
attack.
That's how aggressive it is.
Do you have something in mind, or you just whisper something just demoralizing into there?
I'd probably be like, you hold no power here. Clearly, no one cares to pay attention to you.
As they are like shouting and hear that, they just look at the crowd that they've completely lost control over, and any dissension just stops as they shrink about 3 inches off an already dwarf in stature. As they realize maybe they have no power here, and they start listening to an old song. Oh no, they remember the old song that's just been played, and they shut up and listen to the next performance. Any ideas of what people would like to do?
Yeah, maybe. What have you?
Shares me.
got?
This is the band like talking to each other, guitars in hand. Go for it.
I've got an idea. There are quite a lot of Goliaths on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no go.
There are quite a lot of Goliaths in the audience. What if we sing a song about Thaira? You know, it gets another god in the mix. Honor, strength. Dwarves and Goliaths love that shit.
We've sung to the dwarves.
Do you know a song like that? Or are we making it up off the top of our heads?
I know a couple of songs like that.
Okay.
I don't.
You're gonna have to lead if we're gonna do that.
Do that.
Or like just the light of a tuner and add them all in.
Sure.
All the gods.
Yeah.
They all bring something that they would prefer rather than eating people.
This.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm just saying Tharia because there's a lot quite heavy. They're already into the, muscle strength thing.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
And I can't see a lot.
What could be more punk rock than injecting accepted religion into lyrical content?
That's punk rockers. You ready to talk about God?
Woo! Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's do that. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Has Halite sung this around Diana before?
Maybe once. Like once. Early on in the relationship.
It's cool. I
once.
got it. It's fine.
Like once when you maybe you started singing something and oh, I got something too, and he started singing something, but he didn't really felt like he matched up, so he never sang it again.
Oh, that is not how that would have gone.
With the memory of that fresh in your minds. I'm going to put this because this was Halite's idea. Is this something they want to take the lead on, or is this something that they know Diana has heard before? You know that you have the support of everybody here. It is I'm going to say it is new for most of the dwarves here. So the difficulty is a little higher, but on a success, it works even better. Cool. I'm getting some nods.
I think I want to take the lead on this. I can try and make them feel my emotion. It's personal.
We'll follow on. Just start singing. I'll try and match chords.
Halite start singing English first. That's English. It's a common
English.
thing, and then goes into Giant, and then mixes it in between for both
Nice.
the dwarves and the Goliaths there, because the dwarves can't probably speak Giant.
Cool. I'm picturing this as like a beautiful song of strength, but the thing that you said there of like mixing different language is in partway through. this is very camp, but I don't know if people have seen the Eurovision movie that ends with this real anthemic, powerful song where they mix Icelandic into English. That's the sort of like powerful like song of like the strength of this, like their love for their home and that, and the strength of this. Yes, Brie.
Yeah, could I sort of could Halite do like the strong giant words and then the chorus, could it be like an elvish, like really soft elvish bit in between that's kind of like a really like a Fenrion esque song? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe something like that was Harling.
Knowing the song, you could even like intertwine that between the words of a giant to make this duet between the two of you.
Ooh, shit.
That just becomes this like strength in one and like ethereal beauty in the other. It works together. Yes, I love it. I'm going to give you guys the option with that. Do you want to push this to experimental, where the NDC is 20, but you would get a +3? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can we, in theory, make it songs 3 and 4 because it's 2 songs? Because literally one song leads into the other from it playing out, or is that
I'm going to still say this is one performance of this.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah.
The next one isn't going to be as nice, I don't think.
Should we start off really strong and then slowly ebb out so you can go into a speech or something, and then we can go into another song or something?
Yeah, go into the speech and then we finish it with a song.
Yeah, and then remember, at the end of it all, there's just one last like call to the crowd, like just like not a performance, which is just a speech to say join us kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I'll end with that at the end.
Yeah.
But like I was thinking, like the next one then after this one could be a bardic tale about what we've just done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So it's not like performance 5 is the final speech. It's performance 5, and then at the end of all of the performances, once we're all done, then we have the speech.
Yeah.
So currently we have this ethereal strength and ethereal beauty kind of thing. Then we have the tale, and then 5th one will to be decided kind of thing, and then the speech. Cool.
Okay.
Right. They're going to support you on this. This has been so much fun creating that I almost forgot we've already done the dissenters thing, and you have put them down expertly. So Garrick is going to try and play along. He's going to help with the sort of elven side of thing. He knows that a lot better. And you know the sort of the giant chords a lot better. And just keeping a steady beat, not overpowering through all of it. Let's make our performance checks, and then Halite is going to make theirs, and we're going to see how much we can add to it.
So that's a natural 20 for a 22.
Ooh, sick. Sam, during the really hardcore giant bits, I'm gonna go into my giant's might form and grow to the maximum height of this place. If it's above 16, I won't be able to do that. But
12 foot,
it's
I believe,
huge.
is what...
It's huge.
Okay, then 60 foot.
This big cavern that they're all in, it's huge.
It's huge.
I believe I said it
Yeah.
is now.
Yeah.
Where are you? Where you're standing, it is.
And then maybe if I can, like, I'll hold Diana with both hands while she's singing as well. And I will stop singing so she has, like, the full range of the room.
Kind of like a little ballerina on
such a high note on this ethereal bit, but it just reverberates and echoes around the room. Even as that tails off, is almost like the end, this like huge high power note kind of thing.
Yeah,
I love it. Bree, what did you get on your performance check?
18.
18. So because
25.
This is experimental,
Yeah.
because this is experimental, that doesn't reach that DC, so it slightly detracts, but it's still beautiful. It's still powerful.
Was I the one leading, or was it both of us?
Can I add to Bree specifically?
You can add to Bree specifically. Yep.
Then that's a +5, so that'll put it to 23.
And even with Garrick, he's not a performer by nature, but with the two of you working together, you pass this experimental roll. You get a +3 to your reputation. It is ethereal beauty mixed with giant harsh power in this intertwining, working in and out of each other's ways. You guys have performed together for a very long time. You know how to read each other's beats of like when they're about to sing what you're about to sing and when to blend it together. And it ends in this huge power note as you're lifting her in the air in a giant form. There are tears in the crowd. Nobody's singing along because it's something you're making up on the spot to a certain extent. The giants, like, some of them are like mouthing the words of the bits they know, but it's still a new song for them. It's experimental, it's beautiful, and it brings people to just emotionally to their knees of, we were these fighting, go for war. And now they are all crying babies listening to the most beautiful thing they've ever heard.
Good.
Well done. As Diana is lowered to the ground, all eyes are on you in this cavern. I'm going to see if anybody tries to interrupt your speech with a dissent thing. I'm going to let people stop this before it happens, so it doesn't actually interrupt the speech. Yes, Phil.
Because they were kind of like the crowd initially was interspersed with their little separate fighting pits and things like that. Have they kind of gathered more like a crowd?
Oh yeah. Nobody in this cavern is not paying attention at the moment. There is a throng of people in front of you.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There are no complications this round. Nobody is doing
Nice.
anything. Everybody is paying perfect attention to the speech.
In that case, I have a thing that I'd like to be doing.
Fuck everything up!
Which is more like wall of death, yeah. Would be like in quieter, like where if there are like any pauses in the songs and before and after it, because I'm still invisible, to be like, and I'm fucking tiny as well, to be basically weaving my way through the outer layers of the crowd, just being like during the song about like, you know, with the Goliath song about weaving in themes of Tharea and like honor and stuff like that, just be like, what's the honor of fighting each other? Like, I'm sick of being down here. Like, we should be out there making a difference, and just stuff like Dewey putting on the gruffest voice he possibly can.
Yes. The question is this performance, but you're kind of like doing it in a stealthy way. I'm gonna call this performance or deception. Not that you're deceiving people so much as you're trying to deceive me. You are another dwarf saying this. Go for it. Performance deception, performance deception or persuasion. I think either of them you pick. Tell me.
Doesn't matter. They will only give me +1.
Cool. A charisma check in general it is.
17.
17.
Nice.
That's still a good roll. That's a good roll for me.
A couple of people turn their heads, like heavy brows furrowed. A lot of people just keep looking at this performance, just crying, just nodding their head. You have seen like this whisper campaign that's happening through the crowd at this moment, as people are more like, "Yeah, what are we doing here?" kind of thing. Especially with Faria being mentioned, they're like, "That's a real goddess." Whispers of giving up Kilar, for remembering who the real gods are, what they are really fighting for. Nice. That's what you accomplish without any complications. Taxes, let me know if you got anything in the chamber. But otherwise, there is, I believe, a speech.
Yeah.
To be assembled. Oh, tale, I believe was how you described it.
Yeah, you wanted to do the tail.
Yeah, well, I was thinking if are we doing one more song? Are we doing the speech? I can do the speech.
No, there's the tale. Rather than a song, you wanted to make a performance of telling the story of how you guys travelled here, I believe, was what you said.
Possibly. If it's a good place for the speech, though.
No, the final speech will be at the end, or you could do like one of these performances as a speech to encourage people. But like I said, 5 is where I set it. If you guys want to push on and try and do a 6, you think for DCs might be harder as people like, if you do this forever and ever and ever, people might stop paying attention.
How many have we done now?
You've done 3. You have 2 more, whereas there's no issue. The plan was to do a tale and then something else, a song, and then it all ends. Well, once you've finished doing performances, then it's the speech to convince them.
All right, okay.
Cool. Then.
Zeke to Diana is just gonna go. Tell them what we did.
Yeah.
Tell them who we are. And
that was
because there might be some of them here, and might not be many, but I mean, it's the last time we did one, so why not? Should we do an Oz Nemesis song to finish it out?
Well, we're not finishing. Are we saying because we done 3? Are we doing 1 and then a speech, or two songs?
No, so it'd be 2 more songs, and then the speech happens after that.
Yeah, cool. So I was gonna say, yeah, sorry.
Halley's gonna shrink back down. Are you talking about like what we did like a couple of hours ago, or like the bird bomb and burning the barge? And
like
shit like that,
a couple of hours ago. Like I was gonna completely make it up, maybe rap it or something. I don't know.
But maybe it would be a good idea to interweave what we've already done for the rebellion as well. To see we're not bullshitting and we actually are doing stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
It's up to you. I'll follow your lead.
We trust.
Okay. Well, for this one, if people are crying and people are really like emotional, what about ripped apart?
That's a great idea.
The other one.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Yeah. All right. Cool. We'll do that.
Okay. So what we know very well, lot about.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
way more emotional.
Yeah, new for them, but classic for us.
And your lead.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Cool. Who starts singing "Ripped Apart"? Another, again, this would be new, something they've never heard of before, but something that is familiar to your wheelhouse. The DC for performance is 15, so those supporting, including Garrick, are going to roll their performance checks as backup. Garrick easily passes this time. Something a bit more in their wheelhouse.
22.
22.
13 from me.
13. So there's a slight detraction from you as you're like, you're having to play a little bit through tears. It's like ripped apart, especially what's just happened to you. This is bringing back a lot of memories, and you just miss a beat here or there. You try and bring it back quickly, but it's noticeable, but not to a degree that it completely detracts from the performance. Bree, make your performance check as the lead.
18.
18. You already pass. Garrick brings it up to a 20 total.
Oh, sorry, I actually didn't roll my d6. Completely forgot about that bit. 4.
24. So well over the threshold needed to get here, even if it was experimental. People have never heard this before, but the message is as classic as any indent, redeemed indent, lesser folk, even some humans who have just been ripped apart from their family. They are all just here listening to this message. Emotional. And you turn that emotion from like just pure like ethereal beauty to, God, what have we gone through? What has this place done to us? And there's a little bit of like sadness, but fueled by an anger at an empire that has caused them so much pain. They are the cause of this. They are the reason we are ripped apart from our family again and again. They're the reason I'm in a mine rather than in my home, in my hearth. You succeed. It's an extra 2 to your reputation with this group now. They are in the palm of your hand as you come to the 5th performance. Likely the final. If you want to push it further, then you might struggle to keep their attention. But this is up to you.
Yeah.
I will say. As this emotion is sort of gripping them with anger, you see some of them go, No, Keelah promised us a path forward. And you see some people rushing the stage. Anybody on stage can also choose to disrupt or to stop the disruption rather than perform. But people are rushing the stage. You have a choice of either athletics to tackle them down and push them back into the crowd, or intimidation to just square up and tell them to shut up. Yes, taxes.
Instead of doing that, can I move towards the front and fill my piton with the inferior rope and make like a tripping fence? They trip over it.
Ooh, it's creative and I love it. We're going to convert this into an initiative check because you're trying to get there in time before they can actually get there and pull the rope. That's going to work, but you just need to get it there in front of them. So make this an initiative check. I'm going to call it DC 10. So just a dex check, essentially.
15. I just rolled initiative.
15.
Oh,
You pull the ethereal rope tight and they slam, eat shit. They are done. They are out cold and not going to be an issue for a little while.
Whew.
How many were
the
there?
crowd like, yeah!
Just 2. They just sort of ran up, both make shit immediately.
Cool.
Everybody is quiet. After that, everybody's like quiet and listening, looking towards stage.
When they go quiet, I'll start going, one more song!
This is definitely a persuasion check.
Fucking hell. 19!
One more song!
I'll sing it, Diana.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Okay, cool. So this is totally improvised.
Fully experimental. Go for it.
Yeah. And I guess
A ballad of the Rapid Riders. And...
yeah, it's kind of like
Tale of Rebellion.
hmm?
A Tale of Rebellion.
Yeah, Tale of Rebellion.
It's a good name for a song. Or the album.
Okay, if I put
It's the
a
album.
general repeating bass track down, then it gives you a cadence to work off just a rhythm. It could almost be like a beat poem. But...
yeah, like a rap type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do some
Okay.
weights. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, I know what I'm doing.
I'm hungry.
I'm gonna do that thing where like you sort of swing the guitar round the back so you're not using it. Yeah, and then I'll say about Harling's Rest and the bird bomb and don't think anyone knows about that, but sneaking into the ball and dancing with the enemy and stealing the secrets and I guess because I want to bring it up
to this prison.
yeah, I am deciding to break in to the prison so to free the people and coming across fucking nuts. No,
No, go for it.
I don't say that. And they're warriors, right? That's the whole thing. So
They want to be again.
yeah, so being the ultimate warriors and defeating the ultimate warriors, which is essentially what they think that their ultimate warriors were. That makes sense.
Nice. It comes out as like mixtures of rap, beat poems, some bits you sing. There are laughs when you talk about breaking into a masquerade ball and dancing for victory. There are whoas when you talk about dropping like these propaganda leaflets across.
Which happened at multiple cities. Did it happen in the camp as well?
There were like people like I remember something like over the things got over the wall. Like there was just so many leaflets that people had like time to grab one like full. Because mine is like in Harry Potter, it's just so many letters he manages to grab one kind of thing. I remember that was them. That I know who they are, kind of thing. And then when you come to the crux of the fact that you have been through there, you have fought and beaten them already, there is a din. It is important to include it. it does make it harder, but it means that success is potentially even more successful. So this is obviously experimental. The DC is, I'm going to set it at 23 rather than 20.
Ugh.
Because you
My
have
dice are
added
not this
difficulty of the
good.
fact that you guys have fought them.
Are we helping as well?
Yes, yeah. Everybody who wishes to help is helping.
Is
I
anyone
think Dewey still
feeling-
has the opportunity to contribute to this. But they started for that Risper campaign thing, kind of thing.
Anyone
I believe.
feeling particularly inspired?
I could. With it.
Yeah, either one then.
Can't you give it to multiple people?
I probably could, yeah.
Roll.
It's a bonus
yours.
action, so.
I think
it's up to you, Sam.
my performance is lower than yours is. So.
Can
Okay.
I give it
Garrick.
to both or just the one?
You have time during performance. I will say this is the one. You know, this is the big last finale
Yeah,
one.
I'll do it.
You
for
are
both
you are
of
specifically talking about your guys' successes as well. It is easy to work a bardic inspiration into
Okay.
this.
Yeah, you can have
D6.
both. No, performance.
No, but at your level of bard, your bardic inspiration, is it a D6 or a D8?
8, sorry.
D8. Okay.
Cool.
Halite is gonna turn down the Thermatha stone, kind of like shake loose, take a deep breath, and like kind of like, because it's a different vibe, it's not like rock and roll. And he's gonna take like a second wind just to kind of calm himself down and follow Diana's lead.
Yeah. Okay.
So with your inspiration,
He's not physically injured,
pushes
but
me to a
thematic.
25.
Nice. You succeed. This highly experimental, highly contentious work. You get to add your D6. Garrick hits the beats in all the right moments, accentuating your words. It also succeeds, and we'll get to add you a D6.
Would I be able to add anything because I expended second wind?
No, not in this case, unfortunately.
Okay.
I just wrote a song. Do I get anything?
But you do have your bardic inspiration. You wrote a song from scratch, almost like a spoken word beat poem. You are going to have to sit down later and go, what the fuck did I say? In what order?
I know, I wrote 2 things down. Other than that, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll slow, yeah. Hold on. D8 save me. 23.
23 is the exact
It was a
DC.
15. I rolled an 8 on my bardic inspiration. It was
Before
a
we roll
15.
these D6s, Bree, Diana delivers the last beat. Make the performance check.
Oh yeah. Alice definitely stopped raging. Forget.
Amazing. You know what it was?
A 2.
Oh no.
What's your bonus?
7.
7.
It's
So we
9.
get a 9. It's plus 18 would make it there, so it's doable. I'm gonna roll Garrick's. That's a 6. So we're at 15. We need 8 between the two of you.
It's a 20 because I had a 5.
So
need you to do 3 or better, buddy.
3 or better. Roll a d6.
That's a 1. Is there any way I could like action surge to like pick up the pace or anything? Like allocate extra chords to get an extra boost.
Didn't want to do this song.
Can Diana do
Action
something with
surge.
advantage or with a DM's inspiration for making up 2 songs on the spot?
I've
Yeah.
never had a DM's inspiration, just saying.
Go on. DM's inspiration. So hold on. We're at 21, and you rolled a 2. So you need to roll a 4 or higher
Someone
On
else
this.
put
Asking
a
a
plus
lot.
1 in.
on a d20. What's it?
Plus 1 in chat.
Oh, +1. Yeah, from the chat. I think that was me a while ago. But yes, you have a +1. So you need to roll a 3 or higher on this dice.
Which is asking a lot from you, Brie, I understand.
I
but
know.
you can do it.
Yeah.
D20, remember, it's a D20.
It's a 9 in 10 chance, but it is Bree. What was
Is it a
it?
one?
You better not have rolled a natural 1.
There's a 3. Oh my god.
What is wrong with you?
That does
At
it!
this point, I don't think you can blame the dice. I think it's a you problem.
Fuck you!
It wouldn't have. Oh, I'm so glad.
A
Before the stream started, I
three!
got plus one on there. I'm glad I gave you a 3. Woo!
You know
It's
what?
highly
It
contentious.
hurts you. It's like, you know what? You need 3. I'm gonna fucking give you a 3.
Give me 3.
No more, no less. Fuck you,
But
dice.
Want a 3? You get a 3.
But maybe from the future, we shouldn't add, we shouldn't mix singing, rap, and slam poetry all
Hey!
together. It's a bit
You have
confusing.
Hey,
no idea
it's
what
an
you're talking about.
experimental phase. It's experimental.
It's experimental phase.
That
It works.
And they've
said.
failed. Well,
Hey,
this
rapping
sequence, I
is
guess.
slam
We
poetry.
didn't fail
It
one
is.
of these.
It is,
You
exactly.
didn't fail a single one of these.
Oh.
So,
That's 2 experimentals, 2 classics. No, 2 news, 1 classic,
dice.
Oh,
and 2 experimentals.
yeah, one of the
Yeah.
experimentals was like a very experimental because you told them, "Hey, we killed Graham.
We killed your
We
god.
killed your
It's
previous
fine.
leaders."
Everything is fine.
I rolled so well. I rolled
so
a
happy for
24, 25, 22, and then 15 at the end. But then plus 8 from Diana really helped.
There is not a thunderous applause, but on telling them that you killed their previous leaders and all of their highest priesthood and also their champion, they do not attack you, and there is a din of rapt attention. People are looking like they are looking for a command, for insight. I would like you to make a speech if you feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, why not?
And then Diana will make a persuasion check.
That's
And-
better.
Can I
Yes.
assist in the persuasion check by translating it into Dwarvish as well?
Yep, you can give a help action.
I'm literally going to be just helping you, just mimicking whatever you're saying, just for those of them who don't speak common.
I'll do the same thing, but in Thieves' Cant. So we got sign language and we got Dwarvish going on at the same time.
We're an inclusionary concert.
Not
you
giants
have-
nor the Goliaths.
Advantage
They can understand common.
on this check. You add your persuasion. Because you have gained non-stop popularity, you have a plus 15. The difficulty to convince an entire cult of a forgotten god to turn away from that god after killing their leader is quite difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to set it at a solid DC 28.
Oh, okay.
Because
Uh,
it's beyond very hard, but I don't think it's quite to the point of nearly impossible. So I think a
that's,
DC 28.
I've technically
the
already
plus
passed
15.
it.
Okay, still roll the dice.
Give me a challenge. I thought you were gonna be like 54,
Oh,
and I was like,
okay.
okay,
You want a challenge?
okay,
You want a
I'll
challenge?
fucking reach. I don't think I could reach 54.
Bree,
But
you could barely roll above a 10, please.
It doesn't matter.
You
it's okay
show
because
me.
if I roll below a 10, I get a minimum of 21.
Bree, this will probably work. Diana is confident of that. But you show me how high you can go.
Sure. Could it like the higher the roll, but
Oh yeah, that's going to be
percentage
additional bonuses. Yeah,
I'm giving
we're
you
going to
help
do
action,
additional
so you have
bonuses.
advantage.
You have advantage, you have your persuasion,
If
Oh,
there
dear.
are
and you
If
have
there-
a plus 15.
if there are particular like buzzwords in this speech as well, like if she's using like strength or honor or fight or things like that, like I would basically like echo it from the crowd, kind of thing,
Yeah.
to see if it gets.
You are all
people to be
giving-
like, "Brr."
Yeah. People are getting egged up as it goes on. Bree, if you would like to make an actual speech, that's fine. If
Yeah,
not, I
I got
understand.
I got it. I
Go for it.
wrote one. Okay. So like in this lull, and I can tell that they're angry, but that's okay. So are we. So I'll be like, I don't know if you know who we are, but I hope you do now. And we are the Rapid Riders, and we're here to tell you that outside these walls, right now, there is a rebellion happening. The people of this country are fighting back against Osnan and fighting back against this empire. The empire that has taken everything from you, everything from us. Some of you have never been free. But we are here to tell you that that is to change.
Change?
We're here to tell you that you don't have to do this anymore. You don't have to live like this. You don't have to eat other people. You don't have to fight each other to the death. You don't have to put bloods in your beard. You can live. You don't have to live underground anymore in the darkness. You can be free. You can eat what you want, do what you want, love whoever you want, and live in the sun.
I miss the sun. I'm gonna say the sun. You know when you get that one random prick that just says like in a perfect pause, it's just like,
God, I miss the sun.
I miss the fucking
Oh
sun.
boy!
Oh.
You can eat anything you want except for people. That's
Exactly
a big
that
no-no.
one, yeah. Don't do that. For so long, they have wanted us to hate ourselves, hate each other. But I'm telling you that we're better as one. I'm asking you today to join together with us and the rest of the indents in this mine and fight together as one unit and fight for freedom.
Freedom!
Freedom! In a couple of days, we will be doing just that. And it's time to make your choice. Are you with us or with them? One of those choices gives you the freedom that you desperately crave. So which one will it be?
Please make your persuasion check with advantage plus 50.
Dice.
They hang on your every word.
Shit. You used to be good. I'll have you. Okay. I need like a calculator.
I have a macro for that.
A what?
A macro.
What did you roll, Bray?
It's not a 54, but it is a 44.
I beg your fucking pardon.
What did you roll?
I rolled an
Dang.
18. I have a plus 11 in my persuasion, and Sam gave me a plus
29
15.
plus 15. 44.
Not 45, though, is it?
I choose freedom!
Freedom!
Freedom with the Rapid Riders! Freedom with Rebellion! Freedom! Just eruption. The chorus fills this place. You always have to like quiet your ears a little bit. The acoustics in this place are amazing. And there's just a roar. There is an army of angry, battle-hardened, tired but ready dwarves in front of you, all crying your name, looking towards you and promising you their pickaxes, rudimentary clubs, fists, hearts,
Teeth?
against teeth. Some of them
Bloody
teeth.
beards.
Bloody beards.
Yes.
They are looking to you for the next step in what to do next. And as you have their rapt attention, and you know that you have converted a new crowd, new rebellion here under Burrowfirth, we are going to go for a break and come back and decide what the hell happens next.
It's my cult now.
It's your cult now.
instead of all this things you've been doing now, the best thing for this religion is for you to bring me snacks.
Bring me grapes. Feed me grapes.
Learn interpretive dance.
I want 1,000 packing dancers.
Everyone must vogue.
Oh, Vogue.
I gotta teach y'all the Vogue.
44. Jesus Christ.
The highest I've ever heard of a roll.
Yeah.
Oh.
You did give me you did give me 15 though.
I did. You started at +3 because if you can lose reputation and then you get booed off and chased off. You got two new things, which got you +4 in total between them. One classic and 2 experimental, but one of those was like an extra plus, so it would have been 14, but 15. You know what? 43 would have done it. Peek behind the DM stream of 43 would have done it as well. Yeah, we
Just
will.
so you know, yeah.
We'll see what you do with it, though.
All right. Cool.
Catch you all in a bit, little guy.
Bye.
The time has come, we will stand together stronger than we've ever done. And like the sun, we will rise at dawn and never stop until we've won. The time has come, we will rise like the sun and we'll never run. And we will fight till we won. We will bite, we will smite all through the night. We'll never sleep, never rest. Put the faith to the test, the self-obsessed, self-confessed, self-professed, divinity, nobility. Your God is a fraud, so stop. We're done with the violence and the fury and the cruelty. I said we're done. We will win the war, we'll win the fight, the end's inside. All you see in us is barbarian. The time has come, we will stand together stronger than we've ever done. And like the sun, we will rise at dawn and never stop until we've won. The time has come, we will rise like the sun and we'll never run. And we will fight till we won.
Everyone,
Bye.
welcome back. Hello and welcome to Rapid Riders. Our party have just made a performance and Diana made the mother of all persuasion checks to convince a cult to give up their god and instead follow the rebellion with them as the face of a rebellion at this moment. And it worked. They are barking for their freedom, barking for the Rapid Riders, singing songs that they've never heard that Diana wrote some on the spot. And yeah, they are in a uproar of just support for you guys, abandoning this false god, and instead turning to rebellion. You have a small army in front of you, all looking to you for instruction. What do you do?
Yeah. So, like, I think for Diana, the whole, like, face of the rebellion thing, this is the first time it's actually happened. And they're all looking at her, and she's like,
Pressure.
I want to look at Zeke, because he's the military man. I'll be like, what now?
Get me their leaders, get me their captains, their generals, anyone who's still left. Ask them to all come to me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll shout out. Is anyone in the military? Who's leading here?
There's like some looks towards the people who are like trying to keep things together, who now like they're fully converted. 44. Keela, who they are going. They are looking towards you like, yeah. They are running up. The two that you tripped up, but also converted, just still there. There are maybe 8 dwarves who come up to you, all anointed redbeards, who you can see are like pulling the crusted blood from their beards as they are looking towards you. I don't have particular names for them. People in Discord or via Patreon just want to do names, but they give names of like general and like talk about previous ranks they had in the military and how they were cut down and how they had sort of some semblance of respect here because they'd already been seen as a military power outside of here.
Greg, Grog, and Grug.
Greg, Grog, and Grug.
Grig.
Jen. Eric.
The Gurgs are here. Greg, Grog, Grug, Grig,
Grag.
Greg,
Greg.
and Eric.
Eric.
Greg.
And Derek.
That's a good one.
Eric and Derek. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all 5. That's all 8. There we are. Perfect.
There we go.
Greg, Grug, Grog, Gabe, Greg, Eric and Derek. And Greg.
Greg is a good one.
Right, so I'm gonna turn to
Means
taxes.
rock. In Welsh. Sorry, I'm just
I actually remembered something in Welsh.
Hey.
Greg has the coolest name and therefore is the most powerful.
He's got a cool like neck tattoo. He's cool,
he's not the rock, he's the boulder.
Yeah.
He's fucking dench. This dude belt. He never wears a shirt if he can help it.
Him and Halide will get on well.
Apart from the eating people thing, it's fine.
Right. I'm going to turn to taxes and I'm going to ask, can she do a quick head count to get roughly how many people are here? That a rough head count. And then I'm going to ask the leaders the same thing to give a estimated number of how many they think they have.
That grouping people into like 5s, like you 5 there. There's a bit level 5 there. There's a bit 5.
Make this is an investigation check. It's an intelligence-based thing to make this.
It doesn't need to be perfectly accurate. It's just so I can do some quick math.
14 anyway.
14
Went out of fingers.
There are more
Do you
people
wanna
here
borrow
than 5x5 system could possibly manage.
Oh, that's true.
Easily into the hundreds. Sam's gonna have a quick look at all the big notes to remind himself exactly how many dwarves he put in Burf.
That's fine.
Thousands to be sure, but how many exactly are here? Probably getting into the 1,500 region.
Oh, here.
Here, yeah.
Fuck me, it's so sweaty in here.
Oh yeah.
It
Yes.
must smell.
And the
so
ceiling
bad.
is like many tens of feet above you is still dripping,
Ugh.
especially after the rave you just had in here.
You guys remember the fucking cave mosh scene from The Matrix and all those sweaty Zion people? That's what I'm imagining.
Yes, I do remember.
35%. So it's
Ugh.
there's okay. So there's Jesus. Okay, so there's about 6,000 mixture of dwarves, gnomes, and others here.
Mm-hmm.
So in here, yeah, about one, maybe let's say 1,300 of mostly dwarves, a lot of gnomes. They make up the sort of next majority, or close majority, and then lots of Goliaths, orcs, mostly captives from the east here.
Okay. I'm going to say that they need to... Yeah. They're going to divide themselves into groups of 160.
Okay.
They're going to choose...
You're doing a Roman Centurion thing, and I love it. Keep going.
Yes, I am. I'm 10 chosen lieutenants to be in charge of that century and a half. We'll divide them equally as we can between the races. Attempt to give the shorter ones things like spears, anything that can be used by someone who
skills
is
build.
someone who is unpracticed at war.
Cool. To make it roughly right, I'm going to say groups of 130 times 10, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Cool. Each of them has a lieutenant that is generally in charge. The 8 among them start divvying themselves and they pick out 2 extra people.
Yeah, and those additional 20 that is on top of every century is going to be auxiliary. So they will be the people who are taking care. If anyone goes down, they pull them away to healers. They are the ones who are taking care of the lines, making sure that any ammunition needs to be run around, any bandages, anything like that. That is their job. There's 20 people per company who run messages and all that kind of stuff between the various lieutenants and the leaders.
Okay. No need for any check. This is your background. You've never You're like, whether you reach the front lines or not is a debate of distance rather than anything else. So you are able to understand well how this is done. Especially, this is very empire tactics in terms of how you're dividing your legions. But it takes a long time for people to go like, oh, I'm sticking with them, I'm sticking with them. No, you're over there. We're keeping the races, trying to keep them equal, but I want to be with him, kind of thing. But people are, on a 44, people are still off that high of like, yeah, we do what they say. People are organizing themselves from this disorganized, fighting, cultish rabble to the beginning of a structure of legions.
Okay, amongst the auxiliaries, I'm going to request that anyone who has a smithing background, a leatherworking background, anything that can be directly done to repair the tools that they've got at the moment to make everything as physically durable and as strong as possible. Because unfortunately, we are going up against plate armor with fucking
Stone.
stick and stone.
Well, isn't the problem with that, buddy? We got plenty of metal and material around here, but nothing to forge it, nothing to refine it. I have my smithing kit, but I don't think I can supply a whole army.
We're not. There's no time to outfit an army. What we're doing is assembling them into a unit that we can take down with overwhelming numbers.
Yeah. One of them steps up and says, General, the problem is that we don't have any ways of making a fortune here. It's always been a problem. That's why the old champion, Gavale, that's why they left, in order to be able to take over a small force and claim their forge. We have fires, we can very loosely bend metal into a new shape, which we've been doing with the pickaxes. But to actually make serious repairs, that's beyond us. But the pickaxes we can reshape.
Well, I have this.
Spears and glaives.
Hey.
Well, I have this. I pull out my smithing's kit. And description for a smithing's kit is it provides everything you need to perform that job. So I don't know if it would have like a small...
You wouldn't have a portable forge or anything like that, but the heat from the fire, you would have the heat that you can make from these fires. You can You would have tongs, you would have hammers. You wouldn't have an anvil so much as a transportable like flat iron that you could use to bend things flat and into shape, rather than like a heavy anvil that you carry everywhere with you. You would have enough to do basic repairs, and with a forge in place to do like full forgings. Here, you're going to be able to make sure everything is in good repair. These, like you said, these picks can be shaped into full war picks, but they have a limited supply of those here. They have the hafts from the picks that can be converted into spear shafts and things like that. Certainly, your spearhead, they can do something with that here. They can put that onto a proper spear shaft. They can, the one that was broken off and has some magical residue, they can do that here before you head off.
At the moment, I'll won't be the focus. I'm just making sure outfitting these. Are there wooden boards around all that kind of stuff? Like, what is the bottom layer of this cave like? Have they actually made walkways, or have they just walked it out and leveled it with their feet, basically?
This cave looks like it pre-existed them coming here. They sort of burrowed into it as part of the mining. In this place, there are wooden boards that have been used to sort of keep some grip on the ground, especially in like real areas where it dips down. In general, a lot of wooden boards that they have requisitioned have been put onto the fires, because that was important as a sort of religious practice kind of thing. But there are wooden boards around that could be repurposed. They are a bit knackered and sort of cold water rotted, but they are here. They're requisitionable.
So all the ones that are durable and sturdy still, I'm gonna get them to be binded and given to be essentially tower shields to the orcs or Goliaths, so they can stand at the front and at the third line back to protect from any incoming missiles, whether that be arrows or rocks or whatever else. They're not going to be perfect, but it'll at least allow for some protection as they move forward into the initial fight. And then I'm going to turn to the rest of the crew here and go, you got any ideas for weapons for these guys?
I mean, I've got a couple of spares, but
Rocks.
nothing. Like, they could
Throw
make
rocks.
slings pretty easily.
Slings, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one rock being thrown at you is not much. 100 fucking rocks being thrown at you is something.
It's a lot.
Have you ever had a rock thinged at you from a sling? It fucking sucks.
Then for the back 50 or so, we'll, if we have enough material for it, outfit all of those with slings. So the idea is essentially just a bulwark at the front that the Empire can't get through, repeatedly rain down missiles, whether that be rocks or spears or whatever, and then at the front, literally gaps in proper Roman Centurion, spear forward, turtle shell back, hold the line constantly.
Especially for cave fighting, that's going to be fantastic because you can very easily hold that line because you've got blockades either side of you, but just solid stone, and then just over the top firing stuff. You know if the enemy is armed with explosives, but those tower shields can be raised. It depends how far they can throw them, how far you keep those tower shields up. Not going to last forever, but pretty good defense against that.
Yeah. Orcs and anyone strong enough as the front line, Goliaths, all the tallest of the orcs on this third line to be able to lift the shield as high as possible to block as much as possible.
Yeah, you organize your we'll think of a different name from the centuries because not only is it not accurate, but also it rings too much of the Empire to you that you're not happy with it. But these 130s, they organize themselves into, okay, who's tallest? And there's some arguments of like, you're definitely taller than me. You're standing on your tiptoes. Shut up. And they organize themselves into, okay, I can stand in this rank. And then if you join three of them together, they can fully block the thing. This will work. There are going to be problems as you sort of encounter them along the way. But right now, standing abreast, you can have these sentries together and fully march along in a unit with shield, tower wall at the front, people at the back slinging rocks forward. It's not as good as, giant steel wall shields and explosives coming from the back, but you have numbers.
Go ahead, sorry.
I have plenty of shirt scraps that you could use for slings. I also have a bunch of...
You do.
I also have a bunch of, pitons and climbing things that you could, file down into, a makeshift dagger.
Yeah.
For, some people that they could quickly, stab with.
Yeah, pitons, bit of heat, just stretch them out a bit. You could even make a slashing edge to that.
I got shovels. I got a shovel, specifically.
Yeah. They have picks enough in supply to make those war picks, but once those front lines fall, they can get through. But this is going to work until you enter a big chamber, like the central station, where you are not going to be able to just form that shield wall anymore. People are going to be able to flank you. But yes, this obviously takes some time to rip up all the support beams and the sort of underfoot walkway. This does not happen in a couple of hours. This is probably the rest of your day, organizing this group into an outfitted, or as much as you can make from an outfitted army. But yes, it is certainly possible with someone with a military background to go, okay, I've been given a position of power, I know what I'm doing.
Then at some point when I get the opportunity, I'm just going to ask that Diana can get their attention before we march, because I would like to speak to them before they march.
These guys?
Yeah, all of them. It's important that we're the face. We have to tell them what's coming.
Yeah, sure.
And then I'll continue going about that, and I'll let everyone else do their RP.
Yeah, fair enough.
I forgot. I forgot I had portents.
You too.
Oops.
Yeah.
I can.
Whoops.
That's something I can do now.
Okay.
They were naff. They're naff anyway. Sorry.
Cool.
You hear a voice. Diana hears a voice behind her. Just go, "That was awesome," but I'm still invisible.
Does it, even though it was you said it like that, does it kind of sound a bit like Dewey though?
No, it sounds like Dewey.
Okay.
His voice is a little hoarser because he's been shouting.
Yeah. Are you gonna stay like that, or?
Stay like, yeah. Okay. How do you? And he just pops into visibility, just going like.
You just punch me and then you can.
He's too nice for that.
I know.
Yeah. That was sick. That was really good.
That was amazing.
Oh, they were terrifying. I'm really glad they're on our side now.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That would have been super awkward if they weren't. So. Yeah.
All
right. I think maybe I should message the Norries.
Okay.
Right. So
Sounds like a good idea.
remind me. So we are on one side, and the Norries are on another.
Yes.
On the west
you are on
side,
the
aren't
east. They're on the west.
Who's north? Is anybody north?
To the north, is the entrance into the Shadow Roads. There's not really a faction there so much as one of these shadow dwarves that is there and has people who work with them. But you are over here, and they are over here.
Do they have any way of messaging people, or is it Just
You
me
didn't
and
see any. You didn't see any magic users in their group. I don't believe.
him.
Yeah, usually the Empire stamps that kind of thing out, right?
Yeah. Creature in which you are familiar with. Do you reckon I could message the is it the deep dwarf? What was it?
You've never met that deep dwarf.
But you are familiar with
Familiar
them.
with
you,
them.
You know of them. You've been described and told their name and stuff.
If we haven't met that specific one, it could just mean that just Boggis, the
Well-
nearest underground deep dwarf, just suddenly gets this message. He's like,
Ah!
what? What?
So it's
Ricardos.
Ricardos. So it's the one that. So I'm familiar with him, so I know that he's a dwarf.
There are
and
many.
he's
I'm
the
not
one
sure
that
what
they
the
are
rules are.
talking about. So it says you send a short message of 25 words to a creature with which you are familiar. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you. And can answer in a like manner immediately.
That would imply that you can send messages to people that don't know you. But
Yeah.
it's up to the DM.
Yeah.
How I've ruled it in the past is somebody has to describe them to you, and I even had like one instance where they have to like use detect thoughts and like get a real sense of them. But that is a different world to Osasris. I'm worried about the precedent I'm setting, but I will allow it. You have had them described to you. They've been described in a way. Ricardo's the deep dwarf in Burrowfirth Mine. That couldn't be referring to anyone else.
Yeah. I don't know what he looks like, but I am familiar with the person, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a weird, like, familiar is such a vague term. It's like,
Yeah.
I know of them,
of
therefore I'm
them.
familiar with their work. Is like or I am familiar as in, we're like family because we're familiar. It's like, it's very,
should we be more
it's
specific?
extremely open, which I know is intentional, so it puts it on the DM. So I'm going to say yes.
Okay, cool. Well, I can message Nori anyway. If that's what you guys
Ignoring
want
the
to
fact that it means that technically you're familiar with Osnan because you've heard of them, but there you are.
I can message him. Fuck
I'd
you.
rather you didn't.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Who is this?
How did you get this number?
Damn kids, get off my...
Get off my line. Oh.
Maybe there should be like, if you aren't too familiar, you only get like 10 words or something like that.
We'll figure it out later, but for now.
That's fine. I can. Yeah. I mean, I could send a message to Eldenori. Is the best one to say? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And just remind me again that they kind of ready. They're just waiting for a signal.
They were waiting for a signal that they can collapse the mine without trapping themselves in to starve to death. They want a way that they can actually get out and get food and things like that.
Okay. I'm writing it. It's a lot of information for like 25 words. But yeah, you can
It's
RP
fine.
if you so wish.
You can do these.
Yay.
You got the...
I will say, it's the... If we say this is the same day where you've had long rest, you've come out here, you've done this performance, you've outfitted them and done all of it, it's getting towards the end of that day. You could still march these people to the first launching point, probably by the end of the day. But if you that like they can't all just launch on minecarts, there's far too many people to do that. So they would have to make the trek.
Yeah, is it 2
here.
days?
It's 2 days. So it's 1 day. The rest of this day to get to a launching point. I'm going to say because you can do like a little bit of like working as you go kind of thing. But then it's 2 days from that launching point to the central area.
Maybe it would be worth marching to the launching point maybe it would be worth launching, like going to the launching point, launching 2 people forward or a couple of people forward, and then either Diana can message the army back, or Diana can message from the army, and then from that 25 words we can see like how many people are currently in the center, you know, like how many, you know, like more information that way, so we can kind of have 2 scouts ahead,
possibly, yeah.
2 days ahead of the army as well.
Well, we have 2 days where we have to sort of
Walk.
wait there and be like, oh hey, we're just chilling.
Well, no, it's just we're marching for 2 days. It would take 2 days of marching to get to the center.
So, you guys are going to get to, again, this is not to scale, you guys are going to get to here by the end of today if you march, and then it's 2 days march into the center.
Yeah, cool.
Here.
Then
so if you send 2 people forward or a couple of people forward, then they can message back, or you can message forward to see.
And there's carts to the middle, and then up to the north where Ricardo is.
Anywhere that is a circle you can launch from, and it takes very little time, like half an hour to an hour to travel between them.
So we don't have to message him. We could just go and say, hey.
You could get to here at the end of the day, go launch, and get to where you know Ricardo's roughly must be. That would mean traveling through Central and up and then down here. Yeah, Central to Advanced Camp to, I think it's called W2 because it's the second most deep point in the west.
Yeah, we could do that if we...
Logistics. Army marching logistics.
Yes.
Walking. Okay, cool. So,
while Diana is still working on the 25 words, hey, Zeke, buddy. What should I do in this kind of march forward? Like, I was thinking maybe I could go real big and just like run straight through the front lines and try and be like a line break. And then I can back off, because I can kind of, if depending on the height of the wall, I can kind of jump over them and attack their backsides, or I can jump back towards our friendly lines.
So, until we know what Nori's doing, I can't tell you what to do.
Right, okay.
There's 2 things that we've got to do here. We've got to set a precedent ourselves. We've got to be on the front line. We've got to be willing to fight and die for these people.
Yeah, I'm already there.
I know, but they don't know that. But we've also got to empower them and show them that they can do it themselves. Because otherwise there's no point in us building a rebellion if we are the rebellion. You're going to be the tip of my spear.
Yeah.
I just don't know where I need to put you just yet.
Alright. Like, if you want, I can like, just jump and then like go prone in midair and just like, roll through them, or like I could take fire, you know. Like if I have my shield, I pull out a shield, I can get real big. The shield become big with me, and I can also block.
Stone and just throw it at his chest.
I'm ready.
I know. This isn't gonna be like any fight that we've had before.
Yeah, I know.
This is not warriors. This is not warrior training. This is gonna be war. For every 3 people you see, there's another 30 that are looking at you. Because you'll get tunnel vision. You will focus on the person in front of you, and you'll forget that there's someone who's going to try and stab you from behind.
Right.
We can't go in like we normally do.
Yeah. I want to be...
You will.
Cool.
Don't you worry. You're too damn valuable for me to not use.
Yeah, I just don't want to be not used, you know?
Yeah. I just need you to understand that this is not like how we fought before. This is not the 6 of us in a scrappy group against another scrappy group. This is life and death for... I'm just going to turn and look over everyone that's in this chamber. Just thousands.
Right. Yeah, we are probably going to lose a couple people.
We're going to lose a lot of people. If we win, this victory will be Pyrrhic.
Yeah.
If we're lucky. But that's why we need to show them that they can do it as well. We need the other side. We need Nori. We need Nori and the elder and the younger to prove that they can lead in our stead when they get to the middle. Because we're not going to be here forever. And even if you want to go back to what was Siege's mine, you alone can't control this many people.
No, yeah. But that's kind of also why I wanted to stay here. Not specifically in Siege's mine, just to help out. Just generally underneath the mountain. Yeah.
I know.
Right.
I need you to be a soldier, not a warrior.
I don't really know how to be that. I've been a warrior all my life, so I'll follow in your footsteps. And he does like a weird salute he saw someone do once.
Hits himself in the face.
Ow!
A lot of people have been doing that salute to all of you lately.
I'm actually going to try and get everyone, if I can. All of you together. Slightly away from everyone else, if that's okay. In the only possibility that there is of this.
The stage where you're performing has almost become a central hub before you've started to march. It's almost become a command center of this going on. Yeah, you gather there.
Right. I need to ask you all a couple of things.
Are you gonna go all serious?
We're going to war. We don't have much of a choice.
Boo.
and again, the collection of pebbles and small pieces of rock that I've been accumulating to throw at Halight's chest, I'll just throw one at Diana's.
Ow.
Very gently. Just
I'm bloodied.
Never says that when he throws it at me. He always throws it at full force.
Because it still doesn't hurt you, you asshole.
It's true.
I can't do anything.
They're calling me General.
Nice. It's a promotion.
From cadet to General, yes. I trust you guys more than I trust anyone. I need to know where you think you will be most helpful. We've got an expert ranger. The Song Witch. The Shadow. And whatever the hell us two dumbasses are called.
General.
I'm very excited to find out.
You're the general now.
Great.
So, can I metaphorically be at the front but also not at the front? Is that a thing?
Are you okay with being in charge of the auxiliaries?
You say that too?
It's Diana.
And I'm like, what's that mean?
So the auxiliaries are going to be the people who are making sure that all communication goes ahead. All of the actual healing, all of the troops where we need to deploy them, where all that knowledge between the different leaders. Are you okay to help them be that voice?
Is that the best place?
There's no good place.
I'll be at the front. If it's not metaphorically, then.
You will be at the front with everyone. You're going to be in charge of nearly 100 people.
Just so you know, Diana, they're still singing your song. You're at the front with all of them.
Oh, okay.
You're going to be setting pace. You're going to be the one leading cadence. You are literally going to be the soul of this march for the next 3 days. They're going to need to hear you sing so that the auxiliaries can repeat their words, so they will repeat the words of the auxiliaries.
Alright, okay.
So we keep them in step, keep them in march, keep them in lines. We make the time that we need without exhausting them, but without falling behind, so we don't deliver on time for Nori.
Okay. I'll do that. Are you at the
Really?
front with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can you teach me some military speak then?
We'll
Okay,
teach you
good.
some military speak.
Okay. Good.
Do we?
Yeah.
There's going to be a number of people who are going to have slings. It's not as good as what you've got. They're lieutenants I'm going to put underneath you, if that's okay.
No, that's fine. Sam, where like the steel wall guards, like most of them, like they obviously had their tower shields and bludgeoning weapons and bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have like crossbows or anything like that? Did I ever see any other kinds of ranged weapons?
They were around, but long-range weaponry was clearly not their specialization. This short distance impact explosive that was thrown, that was their answer to ranged combat.
Okay. Yeah.
If you can take them out first, or if you can take them out when they're about to throw those things, so it causes
goes off. Yeah.
In their lines.
Yeah, Dewey brings that up as like, yeah, I'll try and get them to target any bomb throwers. If you can get them, because if they go off in their own lines, that's fantastic. That goes off behind their own shields. That's some good stuff. He says with like a distant look in his face at thinking about the actual prospect of it.
Gonna turn to taxes and go. I've got 2 requests for you, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
First, I need you to make contact with Nori when we actually open up into the chamber, just to make sure that we know, or at least so we know that they're moving forward into the chamber.
Okay.
The more information we have, the better, and there's no better information gatherer than you.
It's true.
And the second is, I want to know where that bitch is. I want to know her the second that she turns up on the battlefield.
You can do that.
The second that she turns up, they're going to be bolstered. They're going to be their spirit is going to come back a bit. We need to make sure that we can break that as quickly as we can.
Sorry, getting in the habit. Zeke, I think taxes is the best job for it.
I've got a job for you.
I will say, I can make her invisible as well. And if I'm with her, then we'll have some short-range magic communication as well.
I'm going to turn and look at taxes. Your call.
I mean, if it makes it easier, sure.
But if you've got an idea, I want to hear it.
No, I mean, it's the
No.
forms are given. Sure.
That can work. Then
Are we-
how?
Are we sending those two ahead 2 days with the minecarts?
No.
No. Okay.
This is going to be once we break their line. Can you
But wouldn't
talk
it-
with Can you talk with Nori first before I give Hal some orders?
But wouldn't it be a good idea to have some scouts? Isn't that a good thing?
There's no point scouting.
Right.
It's a one-way track. Anything we encounter, we've got to kill the second that we see them.
Well, on the map, you can get around easily. Like, there's 2 tunnels.
You have an option of
Like-
going up by E2 and coming out the base camp from the other direction, but it will take a longer march to do that.
Like, I think it might be better if we go to E2 and we can flush more of the cave out. But
From north to south rather than from east to west, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but what the idea is that we're all like meeting together. So Nori from one side, us from another, and then hopefully, so like another group from the top, from the north.
I'm just gonna. We're not separating the ranks. As much as I trust these generals because they've fought before, we don't know them.
No, you should stay with them.
And
We
plus,
need-
our
we
only
need,
advantage is numbers. So
It's the only advantage we have.
But if
Can you speak to Nori?
yeah, but if I can't, like I don't even know who this Ricardo guy is. If I can't speak to him, then we're gonna have to go get him. Or someone is anyway.
Yeah.
At the moment, taxes can hopefully still use the system. Carts.
if not, her and Garrett can just like go invisible and sneak on.
Let's come to that when we come to it. Let's see if we can make contact first.
Okay. Message him now.
Okay.
Okay. We have access out to the east. We have 1,000 new recruits marching. We'll be at Central in 3 days. Can you do the same?
And this is the Elder Nori that you are sending us to.
Eldenori. Yeah.
There's a pause, as you're used to, with consideration of a reply. You get the impression this is not the first sending spell that this person has received. We can do that. We have numbers near to match.
Good.
But Central is guarded more closely lately. Be careful.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they have more. I think that does have a 20 or 25. I'm not sure. If they have any more, I'll just say something's amiss.
Are you repeating that out loud?
Yeah, I'll
Brie?
say that again.
know
They
you're
have the
gone.
same amount of people. They said
no,
the
It's
Central.
just gonna look at taxes and Diana and just go, they know you're gone.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
They don't know what's wrong, but they know that you're gone.
Oops.
Ben, can Zeke make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Oh man.
Would you stop that? That's the
Dun,
third in the last
dun.
2 weeks.
Really is. Getting worried.
But one was ages ago. This is
Thankfully,
Still.
I have advantage.
you did.
It's an 18.
Okay. Carry on.
Yeah. Can you speak with this deep dwarf?
Yeah.
If we can get the Drengir on side, then well, I've heard about how they can fight.
But isn't there only just one of them?
I gotta ask her now.
One of them will be a great goddamn help.
Okay. So what's the plan?
Okay, I'm going to send another message back to Nori.
Okay.
With how many more guards? Can we get Ricardo to do the same? How many people? Take Central and then boom? That's my words.
Hey,
Boom?
so long as people know what you're kind of getting towards, that's enough.
Okay. You say that. You saying that out loud, or you so people can hear what you're sending as a message, or are you just saying that in your head?
I'll say it out loud if it's just these guys, yeah.
Cool. In this central area here, you say that out loud. The message comes back as they're expecting it this time. Not a legion, but Reluctantsheep is more frequent in visits. Has a guest. Don't know them. Looks dangerous.
We might.
Central, then boom, maybe only way. I'm not sure if it's exactly 25 or just over, but I'm happy with it. They're agreeing with the plan, but Reluctantsheep has increased her presence and presence of guards in Central.
They didn't mention the Ricardo or anything.
They seemed to find that more important.
Yeah.
You make an insight check.
Cool.
I don't know how many words I had.
Fuck me.
Eventually missed that. But yeah. 5. Either they didn't think it important to mention Ricardo's, or they just genuinely forgot you'd asked about it. Difficult to tell when you can't see someone's face.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I came to the end of my moped, so that's sad.
Oh no.
Yeah, the last page.
44 sessions.
Did I roll a 44 in the 44 session?
You did.
You did.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, now it has to go on the t-shirt.
44 is the meaning of life. No. Oh no.
No, it's everywhere. We're just trembling.
Okay, do I try and message this guy that I don't know how and who it is? Yeah, I'll say that. I'll say that out loud as well. Anyway.
I mean, why not?
The only thing we can do is try. We've got 3 days until you'll need to be rigorously using your spells again, so...
I don't know if we can trust him. Maybe, should I send another one to Nori? Because they didn't...
We can't really trust anyone at the moment.
But if they never met them.
We never met these guys.
Yeah, but we don't trust them.
We're trusting them not to stab us in the back when we lead them on the march.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the guy could just be not on our side, and then our defense is gone. Element of surprise.
That's true.
Hey, we're gonna march in the central. Meet us there. I don't know.
Sorry, who are we contemplating here? Is this the deep dwarf or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
I don't think we should.
Then let's leave it.
Also, if that creature is still there blocking the way, they may not be able to get any substantial forces to us.
They should let the creature down.
I mean, that could be a good idea, but we shouldn't do
away.
it without army. Yeah, we shouldn't do it without the peeps down there.
No.
If anything, we should send it down first.
Yeah.
And then if it, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, we have another 3 days before we have to.
I only know how to fight a conventional war, guys.
Yeah.
I can't.
I know you want me in charge of the ranged fighters, but I do think when we get closer, I should scout ahead and.
He sees things really well. He sees everything.
I'm like.
But until we get closer, we don't know how many more are positioned down here, how much more light there is down here now. I don't want to send you forward and you round a corner and you be met with 100 arrows in your face.
No.
Can't he just use his bats? Because he can do that now.
You do that.
I have had a tendency for them to be spotted.
And I'm just going to look at you and go, are you okay to try it? I'm just going to, actually for the first time, like properly, instead of grabbing him by the beak or whatever, just kind of pet Scar. So like, can always try through him.
I don't know whether it would work. His connection is to you.
No, I know, but so long as someone is making sure that I don't get shot, then.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
When the front line breaks, I would like us all to be back together. We're more effective as a unit. But until then, I need people that I can trust, helping to control the various places around this army. This is a stand-in army. These people have been doing this for longer than some of you have been alive. And they are more desperate to do this than they have ever been in their lives.
Yeah.
But if we go forward without a plan, without order, without control, they will die. All of them. I need you all to keep control.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, General.
Please don't do that. That's very uncomfortable.
Hehe.
Hal?
Yeah, bud.
You, me, and Diana are going to be at the front.
Right.
The second that I tell you to, I'm going to put you into the first gap that they break to try and open that line up. Do not go in there thinking you can do it alone. The second that you open that gap, you step back and you let the army push and open it for us. We are stronger together as numbers. And it doesn't matter how strong you are. A couple of 100 arrows coming your way will put you down real quick.
I've survived a couple of 100 hours.
Put it this way.
I mean, I get you where you're coming from. But
No joking around. He's just going to look at you and put it this way. Do as I ask, or I will not have you on the line.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just got to tell me where to go. I'll do it and come back.
We're going to be pushing towards the center, try and meet with Nori and the two forces and try and push them back to the central column, merge and move them back to the central tunnel to try and push them out. After a few hours of fighting, both sides will need a break. They'll need to regroup, or we'll need to regroup. We unfortunately will not have that luxury. Those of us that can will need to continue pushing them up the tunnel. Stop before we are exhausted. The next group take over and push through right until we get them back to that entrance and we can blow that mine.
Yeah, when you're saying up the tunnel, that is towards the entrance, yeah.
Back to Bayford.
Are we going outside and trying to what about the people in the tents?
They'll know what's happening once the chaos starts. The only thing we can do for them is try and take out all the ones that are trying to get away. We can't worry about the ones that might join.
Do we know anyone on the outside?
We know that kid that what was he? Phillbeard? The one that you give that pamphlet to in the farmhouse?
Sam checks his notes. Sam checks his notes.
Not outside the
that's...
walls. I mean, as in the campsite outside.
I'm not doing anything with him. No way.
There was a giant kin indent and a half Stenov, half human that were on the farm.
Yeah.
Them two then. That's the only two we know outside.
Nah. Yeah, no, I meant if we could get a contact to someone once we've established ourselves in the central, we could try and get a word out to them to come in behind as they send reinforcements in. so that they won't be organized, but they will be a force that will be coming up behind them as well.
Can I be honest with you, Dewey?
I don't know tactics, but
They probably, once they find out this is going to happen, they're not going to let the people who are in those tents live.
Oh.
I'm gonna
You
put
will.
I'm gonna put a hand on Dewey's shoulder. Just do a little squeeze.
They're not going to let themselves be flanked by an army that hates their guts.
Garrick says, I don't know where she is at this point. Technically, we know someone else on the outside, and looks towards Taxes.
Still don't know if we could trust her though.
That's not my decision to make. I will not put your family in danger.
We could all. Well, change.
No, we chose to be here. All of us.
I wasn't going to say that. I'm saying they change dwarven shifts all the time, like people come in and out of the mines all the time. So if Nori can get some of our people sent home, I'd spread the word as secretly as possible. And then, at least they know what's going on, or something like that.
The element of surprise is the only thing we have, and the more people who know, the less we have that. And we already know that fire-headed bitch likes to put people on fireworks. Imagine what you'd do to get some information.
Quite obviously, I'm not a particular fan of my sister, but I can't put her in that danger when I made the emotional choice to let her go.
I wouldn't ask you to. Anyone who fights you chooses to.
Garrick nods at the decision. It's like, floated an idea, but...
I could write a letter.
You could, yeah.
And if it can get the outside, then only those people who I choose will be able to read it. As long as it can get there before we get to the center.
If people are using the minecarts, that would be easy.
I still like the idea of... I mean, I don't like it, but Garrick and Taxes going on, and... You guys are sneaky.
I can make us invisible. Bit of intel.
You can get a letter to someone who's switching shifts in the next 3 days, then.
Hell, why can't they go outside themselves?
No, because I need to be here.
You can get back.
Literally the only one that I would trust with being able to get outside at the moment is you, Diana, because you can change your face. And even that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
It only takes one person recognizing them. And it's a long way for them to get back to us. Trust me.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, you would.
The end of your day's march. E1 still defended as you left it. Very easy to capture. You have E1 as a launching point. The sort of cabins around, there are dwarves and gnomes and others in this area. That some of them join your cause, others are like, I'm gonna walk this way, I don't know what's going on. Not enough to significantly bolster your ranks, but enough to replace those who were lost in the fighting taking this place, if that makes sense. Without it being a significant thing. The strategy works well, just marching forward with the shields. Bombs shatter some of the shields, but are replaced over the course of the night. You guys have a choice of taking a long rest here or sending people this evening to get information, knowing that time may or may not be against you, because clearly something is not quite right in Central Station. central base camp thing. It has lots of different names based on what I decide at the time. But you have the time to formulate a plan here as you've been walking and talking. Scouts, messages, ravens on the wind, flocks of bats, scouting, all things that can and may happen. But as the troops take time to rest and prepare themselves for a long march deeper into the mine, well, not deeper into the mine, further to the entrance of the mine, I am going to end this session here as we prepare for war.
What is it good for, Sam?
Is it
What
good
is it good for?
Keeler.
XP.
Absolutely nothing.
Experience points, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm very tempted to do a camera pans metagaming thing, but I'm not going to because
Film it on your phone or something. Yeah.
I don't know how.
You
How
could
comfortable
film something and then like reveal it after it's all done.
could do,
Oh, you mean actual camera pans in the game?
as in in the game,
like
camera
2%.
pans,
Ah.
mans.
No, don't do that.
Okay, we won't do that.
I want to
The
be
terrifying
blind
guest
going into
reveal.
this.
Fair
That's what I'm
enough.
saying. Film it now, and then after we're already there and stuff,
Mm.
then we can show it. Like, what were they doing at that
I
time?
I can show you my notes afterwards.
That's true.
But yes, war on the horizon, an army at your command,
Cool.
where we'll pick up next time.
Boy. Okay.
I just say
Okay.
General Zeke is quite sexy. I'm just saying.
General Zeke is. I'm liking it.
I didn't
I'm
want to
into it.
interrupt. I didn't want to
Soldier.
interrupt. I didn't want to interrupt, but when you were sort of saying to Halite, like, if that's what you're gonna do, then we're not gonna let you on the front line. I was ready for Halite to be like, "You're not my real dad."
And I was like, oh, he been told. He been told. That's okay.
It's almost as if he's gone to had a rather tragic 24 hours. And,
That's good though.
it's-
That's
it-
exactly what you need. You need to tell how like
me what
if you
to
listen, you
do.
don't listen, you will not be put there.
When has Halite not listened?
We don't have time to we don't have time to list them off. But
Nobody
yeah.
listens. Real not. And then do what we wanted to do.
Sometimes, Soren. Sometimes. Bit of time. Okay. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Sam, very, very much. That was very fun. We did a thing, and it was very fun. I want to call it Battle of the Bands, but it's like a battle of wits almost between. It's not even a rock band. It was just all the things versus a cult.
the music. Keela hears the music.
Yeah. But yeah, it was great fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
But yeah, so this weekend on Saturday we will be in Dragon Meet in London for the TTRPG convention. If you're around, come and say hi. Yeah. We also have I kind of don't want to promote it because we don't have enough for the weekend, but we have the Christmas one shot at the moment, and I think it's still on Etsy with 20% off, I believe.
Until Friday.
Till Friday, is it? But yes, that is a fun, silly adventure where you have to save Christmas from evil. Can I say it?
Go for it.
Buffy Jesus. Da da da.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
See what we did
The
there.
prime gift giver. Yes. Save Christmas, everyone. I'm gonna be streaming this in a couple of weeks on
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know, on Al Baron's stream channel. It's exciting. I'm by myself.
It is
Everyone else
nice.
buggered off.
Oh.
I
Sad.
wasn't invited. Okay.
Aw.
You might be invited to the other one. They might be coming on to our channel and stuff. Maybe. If we can find a date. But yes. I think, is that it right now? Yeah, I was gonna say, cause these are amazing. I've lost them though.
The legendary dice that got you to 44.
You know what? What was that?
Ooh, nice.
No, but these dice. These are the dice that I got from Geeky Clean. In the bath bomb. I have yet another one. That I sadly must use and get some more dice from them. Phil, you'll be excited to hear that the dice that's in there that have ducks in them. They have duckies, I think. But yeah, that's the December bath bomb, and we are affiliated with them. So if you do not follow that link in any way, please delete the link. Yeah. Can you do that?
On screen. Don't listen to me. Nope. Pay no attention to it.
The man behind the curtain.
I was gonna say the same thing, yeah.
Okay. If you go to there, if you click the link, have you deleted it?
That geeky clean link.
Yeah.
No,
Are you not
I'm
able
a mod,
to?
so I can't delete.
I can't delete it
Yeah.
either. Wow. Cool. Okay. Anyway, don't click that one. You get 10% off if you click our link, and then we also get a percentage. So if you go into the link tree and then click that link, and then in the checkout, use code Fumble, folks. Like so.
Ooh.
Yes, I think that's right. Then yeah, you'll get 10% off your first everything, and also your first subscription as well. So you get the special duckies in a dice. Make sure you get them before they fall in, and the D4 gets at the bottom of the bath, and then you sit on it, and then it really hits. I have done that.
Wait,
So he's gone.
so there are ducks inside of dice, inside of a bath bomb, inside of a
Right.
bath.
You know what? I'm gonna
It's
I'm
so
gonna go
meta.
and get one to show you, but you carry on the blood.
Ducks inside of dice.
Ducks.
There are a bath
It
bomb
is.
inside of a bathtub.
It's very meta. It's.
Exciting news, it was just over there, so here is the dice bath bomb. It's in the shape of a D20. This one smells of gingerbread cookies, and I believe it does have the ducks in there. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, I
One way to find out.
always film it, and I put them on Instagram because it is fun. It's a fun thing. Yeah, I love it. Oh, I can't wait. Might be tomorrow night.
So what? Me and Phil get to sit around in your house, and then you're just gonna go, look how lovely it smells, and no, you can't have any. Go away.
You can see how it works. You know what? It's like there's a hole in it. It's going everywhere. You can see how it works.
Okay.
So it's fine, right? And also the whole house smells. Oh, so good. But yeah. That's it. I've gushed over it a lot.
Who are we rating this evening?
You tell me, Ben.
Who are we raiding this evening?
I was busy.
Yeah. Let us go to someone we haven't been to in a little while. Chickadee93.
Chickadee.
They are doing something D&D.
Oh yeah.
Slow.
Man's in this one.
My goodness, it's slow.
It is very slow tonight. I'm glad it's not just...
They are doing a one-shot called A Bounty in the Mountains.
Nice.
Ooh.
Cool. I haven't seen them like do D&D before. That's just cool.
Yeah, they haven't actually streamed it, so...
What are you doing?
I don't know who this person is, but one of them is just called Bear, and I love them.
Love at Crusade.
Cool. Yes. We are going to raid Chickadee. So that's fun. But yeah, anyone else want to say something?
I think you're pretty swell.
Thank you so much. I also feel the same way about you. Unless you weren't talking to me.
Aw.
In which case...
I was talking to everyone.
Exactly.
I feel the same way about our viewers. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Apart from you, you know who you are.
Yeah, you know what you did.
You fucking
You know what you fucking
Wow, I feel called out.
Rest of you are great.
all of you good eggs.
Oh god.
One
Okay.
egg in a basket.
Well, that was a fun little bit at the end. Let's go
You
home.
asked.
Let's go home
That's
now.
best. Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks, guys. See you soon. Bye.
Propaganda. After years is finally resolution. It's time to start the revolution. We're done. The time has come. We will stand together stronger than we've ever done. And like the sun, we will rise at dawn and never stop until we've won. The time has come. We will rise like the sun and we'll never run. And we will fight till we won.